guys, welcome to part 2 of your vivacious makeup or colourful makeup tutorial. This video is going to cover how to do a halo eye. So in the previous video we did a cut crease using sunset colours, and I'm going to repeat these same colours on the halo eye side, and you'll be able to compare the two different eye shapes and decide which one you prefer on me and which one you prefer for your clients as well. So exactly the same way that I started the cut crease side, I'm going to start this eye by putting concealer all over the entire eyelid and then setting that with a powder. That's just to make sure my blending is really nice and smooth. Next, I'm going to take my transition shade. So the transition shade that I'm using is this bright yellow, which is going to go between my skin color and any of the eyeshadows that we're doing today. So I'm gonna dip in once or twice into the yellow and tap off the excess. Now for a halo eye, what we want to do is create more of a rounded effect to the eye rather than a winged out shape. So when I apply my transition shade, I'm starting in the outer corner of the crease and just doing those windshield wiper motions back and forth like you normally would with pretty much every other eyeshadow look you're gonna do. But with this one, we're not going to wing it out or blow it out to the outer corner. We're gonna keep it almost more of a rounded shape. And then you can just add more product whenever you need it. And when you're blending, I just like to do windshield wiper motions or little circles. Dip in again, tap off the excess, and then start applying that colour. I'm just leaving about a millimetre or two underneath the eyebrows. Once I'm happy with that colour, I'm going to move on to some orange, and this is going to sit just slightly lower in my crease. So again, starting with a really light wash of windshield wiper motions of that colour. And for this one, I'm just following the natural bone structure. Then again, I just do little tiny circles when I want to blend it into that yellow. Dipping in one more time, and I'm going to press. By pressing, we keep that intensity of colour. And then when I'm happy with that, I'm going to go back in with those little tiny circles. If you've lost some of the intensity of that yellow, you can always go back in over the top and just buff in a little bit of that transition color just to blend everything out really nice and softly. Now with a halo eye, what we're aiming to do is making the inner and outer corner of the eye the darkest points, and then the very center of the eyelid is going to be really bright. The way I like to do this is taking a slightly flatter brush and just patting the darkest color in the inner corner, and then transitioning to the medium color and then the lightest color right in the middle. So our darkest color is going to be this dark purple. So picking up a little bit of that on the very tips of the bristles of your brush. I'm going to start on the outer corner first. And again, I'm just pressing over the lid. So I don't want to swipe because that would move the product too much and I might get a bit more fallout from swiping. But if I just press, I'm going to get a really nice intensity of colour. Now I'm just going up to the line of the crease and then following that back down to the lash line. So that is placed now. Doing the same thing in the inner corner of the eye. So I'm just pressing that dark purple. Anytime it looks a little bit too sheer, I'm just going to add a bit more product. And I'm just going on the natural lid and blending up towards the crease, but not actually going inside the crease at all. Okay, so once I've placed those darkest colors, I'm going to take my medium color. That medium color is going to be this red here, and taking the same brush, I'm just going to dip in once or twice, tap off your excess, and now I'm going to go between the purple and the center. So kind of tapping over the edge of that purple. And again, I'm just going all the way up to the crease. And with this medium color, sometimes what I'll do is actually join the two up in the center here. Now that we have that intense color on the lid, I want to make sure that this looks really nice and blended before we put that pop of color right in the center. So to do that, I'm just going to take that fluffy brush we used for the crease originally with that orange color and just dust over the edges and blend them together. So that way everything ends up looking really, really soft and we don't have any harsh edges or lines anywhere. And then if you've lost any of that color that you put on, you can always re-intensify. So I'm gonna go back in with the darkest purple and just re-intensify that on the outer and inner corner of the eye. Colorful makeups in particular, you'll find you put down the product and then you have to blend it out, and then you'll have to apply more products over the top to really make sure that your colors stay true to what you want them to be. So finally, I'm going to pop the lightest color right in the center, and that is going to be the white from this inner corner. So this one here is a shimmery white. You could also use a loose pigment of some kind, and I'm going to take a flat brush for this. Tap off your excess again, and you want to line up the center of your iris, which is the colored part of your eye, in line with that brightness. If you accidentally go a bit too wide out or a bit too close in, you'll end up making someone look a bit cross-eyed and it looks really funny. So this is really, really important that you balance it on both sides and make sure that they're even. So I try and look straight forward, or get my client to look straight forward, and pretty much go right in the middle of their eye. So again, I'm just pressing and tapping that product. So it should look like it's fading from dark, medium, light, right in the center. We can finish this one off with a little bit of glitter as well. You don't have to, but I love a bit of glitter. So I'm going to take some Mist and Fix and my same brush, spray it on really gently and wave it around in that product, and then pick up the glitter just by pressing and tapping off. And then I'm going to press this directly through the center. So I start in the center and then I wipe off what's excess on my brush, and then I just use that brush to stamp out and press out any of the edges, just to blend them a little bit more, and so we don't have any harsh edges even of the glitter. So you can see that creates a nice little shine right in the center and really creates that nice 3D effect to the eye makeup as well. Depending on what I'm trying to achieve with this particular eye shape, I could do a winged liner to make their eyes look bigger, or if someone already had naturally quite large eyes, you could just line the lash line itself. So I'm going to be back in 2 seconds with some eyeliner and lashes on. Once again, eyeliner and lashes make the biggest difference in changing the shape of some of these eyes. It will instantly wake them up and make them look so much more open and so much bigger. So now I'm just going to dust away any fallout that was underneath the eye with a nice fluffy brush. And then for under the eye, we're going to repeat what's on the lid. So we're going to go light in the center and then dark on the outer corners. So I'm going to take that purple that we used on the outer corner of the lid in the inner and outer corner of the eye. And then you're going to take that red to buff out those edges. And then that bright white, I'm going to place right in the center as well and buff that out. And then just to make sure this looks really smooth, take a clean brush and dust that right underneath again. Just so it just kind of fades everything together. If your client has wide set eyes, what I would do is leave this eye makeup as it is, because these dark colors are going to draw the eyes closer together and make them look less wide set. However, if you're still trying to make that person's eyes look bigger, so if they have almond shaped eyes or round eyes, for example, or maybe close set eyes, we want to draw the eyes apart. So if we put a highlight in this inner corner, that's going to help push the eyes apart, and the little wing of liner is also going to draw it out as well. So I'm going to take the same white that we used in the center of the lid and just pop that in the inner corner, just to brighten and finalize that makeup. And then finish off with some lower lash mascara. So you should be able to see there's a distinct difference between the two eye shapes. This one is going to be a little bit more round and make the eyes look a little bit more doll-like, and this one is going to make the eyes more elongated sideways and make them look more stretched out. So both are really beautiful techniques to use with colorful makeup. I can't wait to see all of your recreations and see all the color combinations that you guys come up with. As always, please let me know if you have any questions, and your trainers are always available for messaging and giving you feedback on all of your makeup looks. So I hope you learned something from this Halo Eye Vivacious Colorful Makeup tutorial, and we'll see you at your next tutorial. Bye!